This is 9-year-old Wumal Mwonge, who has been admitted in the intensive care unit for the last 2 months. Wumal, like any other child, was injured by a nail as he played in their courtyard and later contracted tetanus.
Tutuuka ensambya dokita gwe twasangayo n'amukebera naga omwana natandise okukakanyala ebinywa alina ekiwundu kyonna ne tubaga nti yalinnya ku musumaali agenda okukeba ekiwundu aga ekiwundu kiringa ekyawona n'ambuuza maama wakola otya ne mugamba nze najjanjaba ekiwundu engeri gyesaaliwo nasanga kikaze ne ndowooza nti gwamusaze busaze kungulu tigwayingidde munda.
He got tetanus and was rushed here at TMR, a private hospital, for treatment. 2 months on, his hospital bills have gone up to 200 million shillings.
Naye ku makya dokita yajja okumukebera yagamba wano we mumutadde n'omwana waali woodi gy'alimu wano wabulabe watetanasi tabeera mu kitangaala watetanasi tayagala bireekaana n'amugya mu kasenge wetwali n'amuzza awalala ne bamuteekako oxygeni n'asiibawo olw'emmande naye ku lwokubiri n'agamba wano omwana tugenda kumujjanjabirawo tumutwala mu ICU wano ensambya zonna ziriko aba covid okututwala enaali.
On a daily, they are required to pay at least 2.5 million shillings to the hospital for treatment, a fee way higher than an average Ugandan.
Tukanjwa obukadde nga 235 twakayo obukadde nga 3 n'ezigwamu buli lunaku balina sente ze batwetaaza naye tufuna tuwayo naffe ntugattako nga tuteekayo.
Tetanus is a potentially fatal bacterial infection that affects the nerves. A vaccine can easily prevent the infection, which has no cure. Over the years, there have been fewer cases of tetanus. However, according to Dr. Sabrina Chitaka, a pediatrician with Mulago Hospital, unimmunized children and unboosted adults may present with this potentially lethal infection that has its bacterium in the soils.
But as we know, the tetanus vaccine does not last forever. It wanes off with time, and like you've heard the word booster many times for the COVID vaccine, even for tetanus, we need a booster. We need a booster after 5 years for children, and then we need another booster when a child turns 10 years of age. We also need boosters for adults.
Tetanus is different from other vaccine-preventable diseases because it does not spread from one person to another. The bacteria are usually found in soil, dust, and manure and enter the body through the breaks in the skin, usually cuts or puncture wounds caused by the contaminated objects.
Clostridium tetani lives in soil as spores, and when it enters through the body from a cut, it can release toxins which we call tetanospasm, and tetanospasm is extremely dangerous. You just need a little drop of that toxin to cause you disease. You don't need a lot. In fact, the amount of infection required to cause disease is not even enough to mount an immune response, to the extent that after you suffer from tetanus, you're supposed to get immunized.
Its incubation period is between 7 to 8 days and presents with muscle spasm, lockjaw, among others.
And what kills patients is the respiratory failure, because when your muscles are getting into spasms, you can present with a locked jaw, you can present with failure to breathe, but most importantly, you can get fatigued from the muscles getting into multiple spasms. Patients with tetanus are extremely ill, and they need to be admitted at a high-level unit, including be put in an intensive care unit.
Uganda remains among the poorest nations in the world, with the devastating effects of COVID-19 even making it worse. It is only one disease like this that is going to push you into poverty.
Hoping against hope, Wumal's family has sold everything to clear the hospital bills, and they are still stuck.
My 2 sisters sold their plots because of me. We got a loan, it is still pending, we haven't paid yet. I've sold everything I had. I have 2 kids, they have to go back to school. I'm not working, all the capital's finished.
TMR administration is not just about to listen to their plight for lack of funds. An estimated 38% of Uganda's health expenditures are paid by individuals through out-of-pocket costs, followed by development partners at 41%, the government's contribution is 16%, and others 45%. Uganda's current health insurance options are employers or community-based schemes and are estimated to cover less than 2% of the population.
There's no ordinary Ugandan who's going to afford that amount of money that is just there sitting when one falls sick, and everyone is a candidate to sickness. So anyone can fall sick, anyone may need that kind of medical attention.
Wumaru is likely out of the hospital and steadily recovering, but the time to clear his bills is fast speeding.
Wegolole emirira. Hadi amutambula paka wano nkuwa mukono ku mugokuli. Wegolole naye nga wegolodde.
Tetanus treatment requires long hospital stays and high medical expenditures, and with the current healthcare scheme, it is likely that many Ugandans with similar or worse scenarios in the treatment of tetanus may have to sell everything to save their lives. Henry Mugenyi, NBS, Live at 9.